Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in Mr. Beats class. All right, so now that we're recording, we know that Lauren, you can't throw the desk at anyone or anything, so try to keep yourself calm. All right, so you guys watching this at home, this document is not uploaded yet, but it will be uploaded. So take a deep breath, okay? So check it out. This is analyzing author's claims, and we wrote our name. I wrote my name up there, Kelly Perk and Son. Okay. Do me a favor with your laptops. Some of y'all close your laptops, open those bad boys back up. So we're gonna do this together. Okay, we're gonna do this together. I'm gonna open up on the student view, like pretending I'm one of y'all. And what I'm gonna do, I'm in my stream, and you should see a thing that says, "Should COVID vaccines be mandatory?" Now, this is a hot topic right now because some people are saying yes, and some people are like, "Bro, I don't want to be stuck with something I don't even know what's in it." And so it's a hot topic. A lot of people are talking about this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do this all together at once, so that way there's no questions. Everybody ready? All right. So is everybody not on the screen yet? Let me know now. All right, fantastic. Okay. What we're going to do, we're going to click on this link together. It says up front. Go ahead and everybody click on that link. Everybody take a deep breath. You should get a screen that looks like this. Okay? Does anybody not have this screen? Did you click on one? Oh, see, you're not even there though. All right. So now click on the classwork tab. Now click on the assignment. Oh my goodness, y'all. Okay. What did I just say it was, guys? Should COVID vaccines be what? Yes. Do you see that? Okay. Are you on the right week?
Yeah.
Okay. You see it now? All righty. Now, all right. So he's there. So what we're gonna do, guys? Let me back up. See how it looks like that. I'm not gonna click subscribe. I'm gonna click log in. So everybody do this on 3, 2, 1. You're gonna click log in. Okay. Are you gonna see this? You are not a teacher, Jackson. You're not a teacher. Okay. JC, you're not a teacher. You guys are what? Students, you're students, so do me a favor. Click on I am a student. Okay? And you should get this screen that says welcome. Okay? Raise your hand if you do not have welcome. Everybody good? Fantastic. So we got two options down here, or three. We got sign in, Google Classroom, and Clever. We're not going to use Clever. We're not going to use sign in. What are we going to click on, boys and girls? Google Classroom. So sign in with Google Classroom. And it's going to ask you what account you want to use. I'm going to use my student demo account. And boom, shaka laka raka shaka. I should get a thing to say, should COVID vaccines be mandatory? Okay? I'm going to come out and check everybody's screen real quick. Miss Kelly's got it. Mr. Jackson's got it. Doc, Josh has it. We can call you Josh from now on. The bridge has it. The sun has got it. You got it, Danielle? Rock and roll message. Has it. Arby's got it. Tyler's got it. Aaron, baby, whatever the thing said it was. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. Yes, we've all got it. Did yours upload, Jackson? Yeah. All right, fantastic. Okay. Hot topic, right? Hot topic. Should COVID vaccines be mandatory? Okay. Normally, a vaccine or drug is tested for years. That happened with vaccines? No, it hasn't been tested for years. They kind of rushed through all the development. They said, "Oh, y'all, we hope this works." And Pfizer came out with one, Moderna came out with one, and then Johnson Johnson came out with one. Everybody wants to tell me what's happened with the Johnson Johnson one? Yeah, right here. Yes, both clubs. They've taken it off America. One, it was only one shot was 60% effective, so you can get it, and you're still like somewhat protected. But their discovery is causing some blood clots. Like, they pulled that off the market. So now we're back down to two types of vaccines. Okay, so that's a hot topic because if you're on the fence of like, should I get it or not, that's probably pushing you away from the fence, right? You're like, I don't want to boycott it. I don't want to have something like that happen to me. And odds are it won't happen to me, but still, you don't want to roll that dice, right? Like, I don't want to boycott. Okay, so let's explore. If you scroll down through, you'll see there's a yes side and there's a no side. Now, this is all opinion, okay? And your opinion is never what? Well, it's never. Oh, well, you can use facts to back up your opinion, but your opinion is never what? Never wrong. Good job. It's never wrong. Okay, so we're going to look at a yes side of this argument, and we're going to look at a no side of the argument, and we're going to go from there and see what we can decide on our own. Okay, if I ask you to read, it's just a what? Just a paragraph. Okay, so check it out. Let me come on out. This says, oh, hang on, I got to log in. Gosh. Oh my gosh. I've forgotten what it was. I am going, mi nombre, señor Frijole, todos los días. There we go. All right, I'm there. You guys there? The cold of the COVID-19 pandemic has been devastating. Worldwide, about 2 million people died from it as of mid-January. Hey, this dated because when are we now? Mid-April, okay, so this is 3 months old, okay? That includes more than 380,000 people in the United States. But the one bright spot in the pandemic news has been the development of vaccines. The United States approved 2 COVID vaccines in December, began giving them to vulnerable healthcare workers immediately. Who would you consider to be a vulnerable healthcare worker? Yes.
Like a nurse that has
like a nurse. Yeah, there we go. Who else would be a vulnerable healthcare worker? And your workers, someone like a paramedic would definitely be a vulnerable healthcare worker. Who else, guys? A doctor, yes, a doctor. Who else, y'all? A PA would get one. Who else?
Receptionist.
A receptionist, yeah, because they're having to check every single person at the doctor's office. Hey, what are those doctors that like go into your mouth? I keep calling them. Dentists, yeah. Do you think a dentist would definitely be up for one? Yeah, because where are they working, y'all? Right. They're working in the dungeon of the beast right there. Good Lord. Okay? I would definitely consider that. So, in other words, anyone dealing with healthcare, right? Anyone dealing with your health, whether it's a doctor, a PA, a nurse, a receptionist, a dentist, an orthodontist, stuff like that, okay? Anyways, additional vaccines are being tested and reviewed. These vaccines have the potential to end the pandemic if enough people take them to stop the spread of the disease. Doctor and a healthcare policy researcher and a libertarian think tank face off about whether the government should require a vaccine. I don't know if y'all saw on the news, but a lot of colleges are already saying, hey, come August, you ain't coming on our campus unless you got what?
The jab.
Unless you got the jab, unless you got your vaccine shot. Duke University announced that on Saturday that you're not allowed to come on campus until you got your COVID vaccine. Okay? How would colleges be requiring that? Why college? Yeah.
So they don't have to close.
Yeah, they're allowed to shut down. Their job is to make money, and they can't make money unless people are going home sick. So if people are going home sick, they want people to be vaccinated. Okay, that's a private college. Okay, public schools are not taking a stance on that because they're funded by the state. Duke is a private college; they can require whatever they want. Of course.
Well, is it like colleges connected like to the health stuff, right?
Yes. Yes. Okay. I was going to say they're on the connection there with the medical school. So do y'all want to look at the yes first or the no first? Y'all's decision. He says yes. Anybody else? Was that yes or no? No. He says no. All right. So we're doing yes first or no first. Raise your hand if you want yes first. All right. Raise your hand if you want no first. All right. We're gonna do yes first. Okay. Mainly because most people didn't vote. Okay. So check this out. It says yes. I love how the yes and the no are like big and bright red. I think that's cool. I love that font. It says, how will the COVID-19 pandemic end? Answer surprisingly straightforward. When 60 to 80% of the population is immune. Globally, that's more than 4 billion people, including up to 262 million Americans. How do we get there? On making COVID-19 vaccination mandatory. We have a powerful tool to achieve immunity, safe and effective vaccines. These vaccines are now available, have gone through clinical trials and tens of thousands of volunteers before approval by the Food and Drug Administration and the U.S. Centers for Disease Control. To control the spread of COVID-19, we need the majority of Americans to take a vaccine. This might not happen if vaccination is optional, like wearing masks was earlier in the pandemic. We're going to pick on Tyler. Some argue
Some argue that we should allow more and more people to a terrible idea. Not only would that cause many more deaths and increase economic damage, but there's no proof that survivors survive lasting injury.
All right. Hey, do y'all know some emotional word in there? What emotional word did they use in there? What emotional phrase did they use? Yeah. This is a terrible idea. All right. We know for a fact now this person is definitely inserting their opinion into this, okay? Which is fine as long as they back it up with facts, okay? There's a legal precedent for mandating vaccination. In the early 1900s, Cambridge, Massachusetts required public vaccination to control a devastating smallpox outbreak. One individual protested that vaccination was a violation of liberty. The case went all the way to the Supreme Court, ruled in 1905 and Jacobson versus Massachusetts that the government is instituted for the common good, for the protection of safety, prosperity, and happiness of the people, and that the state could intervene when the safety of the general public may demand. The principle applies to the current pandemic. Anyone who is not immune to COVID-19 is a threat to us all. There are rare individuals who cannot take vaccines for health reasons and should be exempt. However, for the rest of us, vaccination is a civic duty. The government should make it mandatory. Let's roll up our sleeves and stop this pandemic together. All right, they have good points right there, but they also try to stroke the emotional response from us readers. Well, we just said the terrible idea thing that those emotional response in that last paragraph. I'm going to scroll down to the last paragraph. I'm going to zoom on this a little bit too. Hang on, zoom. There we go. Look at that last paragraph. What emotional words or phrases did they use to get a response out of us, the reader? Look at just the last paragraph. Now, wait, JC, go ahead. Vaccination is a civic duty. So, in other words, like if you want to be a true blood American, you'll get what? Vaccinated. Okay, so that's one of those things where it's kind of like, hey, that's either going to push you one way or push you the other way. Okay, what else do they use to get emotional response? Threat to us all. They just said, hey, if you don't want to get your jab, you're a threat to us all. I'm sitting there going, well, okay. I don't think Josh looks dangerous, but he's a threat to us all. And Richard doesn't look dangerous. I mean, the hair looks very dangerous, but you know, threat to us. That's kind of weird, right? That they will call people a threat, right? Because when I think of a threat, I think of like a crazy person with a gun, or a terrorist, or somebody that's like Timothy McVeigh that wants to blow up buildings. I don't think about Ethan picking his nose being a threat, right? Just don't flick at people. Well, if you flick at somebody, just don't hit Lauren. She gets really upset about that, right? She's like, come at me, bro. Okay, so they definitely use emotional words in that. So check this out. Let's take a look at this sheet right here. We're going to try to fill this into the best of our ability because we're going to look at their argument. I'm going to zoom in on this. All right, so what is the author's name? Somebody help me out with the author's name. Ian Lipkin. You know he got picked on at school. What's up, Lipkin? Ian Lipkin. He's got a weird title, y'all. Director at the Center for Infection Immunity, Columbia University, Maryland School of Public Health. Guys, I'm not writing all that. Okay, do y'all just want to leave that part blank where it says affiliation? We'll just say health. How about that? Health. He's a director. We'll say health director. Is that okay with y'all? I know that's the shortcut, but I don't see the reason for us to write down all that jazz. Y'all okay with that? All right, cool. Okay, so what is that? Ian Lipkin, what argument is he making, y'all? Vaccine should be mandatory. All right, so COVID vaccine should be mandatory. Oops, I misspelled vaccine. Vaccine should be mandatory. All right, cool. So in order to back up his opinion, he's got to give us something, right? He's got to back it up with something. Okay, what are some of the things he uses to back up his opinion that we should all be vaccinated? Let's take a look at the article. He backs it up with some. How does he try to convince us that we should be vaccinated? Not everybody wants. Scan it right quick. Just take a look. Yeah, JC, what you got? All right, y'all. She's gonna go to the legal case. Y'all look at this. Smallpox broke out in Cambridge, Massachusetts. They say everybody has to get a vaccination, and it goes all the way to the Supreme Court. And the government rules that for the protection, safety, prosperity, and the happiness of the people, that the government's job should intervene if the safety of the general public may demand. So, okay. So, in other words, it's a law saying that the government has the right to intervene when it comes to protection, safety, prosperity, and happiness of the people. Who are the people, y'all? We are. We are the people. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna ignore some of these lines. I'm gonna say, what is it, Jacobson? Jacobson versus Massachusetts, right? Okay, I'm just gonna abbreviate, but Mass. Are y'all okay with that? Jacobson versus Mass allows. I feel like I'm in Gosler's class right now, right? Right? I'm just gonna put Gov for government. If that's okay with y'all. Okay. Gov for government. What are you doing, Carson? Are you writing this down? Let's write this down. The ability to ensure what four things, yeah, or what four things does it give the government the ability to ensure? Protection, all right, to ensure protection. What else? Safety. What else? Prosperity. What was the last one? Happiness. Is happiness? And happiness of the people, right? For the people, for the people, by the people. That's Abraham Lincoln. Wrong person. In other words, pretty much what they're saying is they have the ability to step in if we don't know what's best for ourselves. Now, a great example of that, let's pretend Kelly is 2 years old. And Kelly's like, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and Kelly's like, clearly Kelly's exhausted. She needs to what? And I'm like, Kelly, it's trying to lay you down for now. I don't want to. I know she needs a nap. She doesn't think she needs a nap, but it's very visible that she needs a walk. She needs a nap. So at that point, I said, Kelly, sweetheart, we're going to lay you down, take a nap. She takes a nap, and she wakes up and goes, oh, I have that nap. And that's a kind of example of a situation where I know Kelly needs a nap. You all know that Kelly needs a nap. That's, she's not where she needs a nap. Okay. Kind of like what's the example? I can't remember what I came up with. I was like, being hungry. Have y'all ever been hungry before? Like you're so hungry, you're angry. On Thursday mornings, y'all, we go to Sheets. I look forward to Thursday mornings all week long because we get to eat breakfast at Sheets. Y'all, I eat the moment I wake up. So the moment the alarm goes off until I get to Sheets, I'm angry and I'm irritated. I'm like, I'm like a dinosaur. When I finally get that food, I'm like, and I feel better now because I got food in my stomach, but I'm hungry. Have y'all ever been hungry before? I know I need food, but it's one of these things I've kind of put up. So that's kind of what the government case is saying is that allows for the government to step in to ensure the protection, safety, prosperity, and happiness of the people. Okay, so they back it up with a legal case. How else do they back it up? How else do they back it up? What's his? Oops, one thing. What's his name? Lipkin. How else does he back it up? What other things does he use? Let's look near the top. What's his argument up here? Oh, come on, y'all. Look at the third paragraph. It's so easy. Jackson thinks he has it. What you got? I got you. I'm bad. All right, so JC, tell us what you're going to tell us. Hang on 1 second. I can't hear you because people are being rude. Go ahead. Okay, so right now, y'all probably seen it that they say if you get COVID for 90 days, you're immune for at least 90 days. That's good though, right? For 90 days, you know you won't get it again. They're finding that after 3 months, some people are getting COVID again, so they know the lasting immunity doesn't last but 90 days. And so they're saying, and we talk about this because he says it's a terrible idea, but they say that herd immunity would cause more deaths and more economic damage, and there's no promise of lasting immunity. So let's write that down. Natural immunity. Immunity. Oops, we switched the camera over. My bad. My bad. Natural immunity would cause more deaths. More deaths. And there's no promise of what? Lasting immunity. Yes, good job. And no promise. And that's pretty much, y'all heard of immunity? That the Spanish flu after World War One killed lots and lots of people, millions of people, and it took, I think, 6 to 7 years, I believe is what I read earlier today, to get rid of it. But they also didn't have the communication skills that they have now. But it took 6 to 7 years and millions of people dying for us to get herd immunity. Now that being said, it doesn't affect us anymore because we got over it and herd immunity. And I'm gonna be guilty of this. When all this started, I was like, oh, we just all need to get in, we'll be fine. But right now, you're looking at millions of people would die with that to happen. And there's no promise that 90 days later, you won't be able to catch it again. Y'all didn't grow up in the age of the, I know when I was growing up, if somebody got chicken pox, guess what we all did?
Chickenpox party.
Yes, you go to there. I remember my buddy Barrett got chicken pox. My mom got the phone and said, Barrett's got chicken pox. You're going to his house. I was like, I don't want to get all red and bumpy and itchy. She's like, nope, you going. And my mom made me go to Barrett's house, and guess surely what I got? I got the chicken pox because once you get it, it's over with. You're free. It's done. You know, your body develops that all the good stuff inside to make it so it never happens to you again. But, you know, they don't do that anymore because it's kind of like, ooh, we don't want to spread it. You what? No, they did not. They did not. Okay, that's one reason why they don't do that anymore. So we got natural immunity would cause more deaths, and there'd be no promise of lasting immunity. What's the last thing they point out? Well, it's actually one of the first things he points out. How many people would it take for us to have that to be immune for us to open everything wide open again? How many people, y'all? 262 million need to be immune. Yes, good job. Excellent. So let's write that down. A million people need to be immune for that pandemic to kind of officially close the door. So I did some math. Let me write this down. To end pandemic. Okay, so 262 million need to be immune. Okay? So I did some math. Roughly, they're saying 75% of people that get COVID are fine, which is great, right? I mean, those numbers are soaring up compared to a year ago this time. It was not that, that number's not that high. But 75% of people that get it are going to be just fine, okay? That being said, that means 349 million people need to get COVID-19 for us to get 262 million to be immune. That means 87 million people either need to wind up in the hospital or die to get that immunity. Does that make sense?
Oh.
So I was sitting there and I was like, how much is 87 million? Roughly 87 million people would be one California, one whole Texas, 2 North Carolinas would either have to be hospitalized or die to get that 262 million naturally. Does that make sense? Okay, that y'all, 87 million people. That's a lot of people in the hospital, or either being hospitalized or dying. Now that being said, most people that wind up in the hospital, they're walking away just fine. They're living, which is great, right? Which is great. But nobody wants to wind up in the hospital. Okay, I mean, we're still living. We just lost Montgomery. What, 3 weeks ago now? I don't want anyone to have to go through that. That is like terrifying to me that anybody should have to bury their parents or bury their child or anything. But 87 million would have to be hospitalized or die for us to get there naturally. Does that make sense? Okay, that's a whole lot of people. 2 North Carolinas, 1 Texas, 1 California. Okay, that's scary, right? 86 million doesn't sound like that much when you think about the world, though, right? The world, that's not that much, but here in America, 2 whole North Carolinas would have to be hospitalized or die, okay? Now, that being said, based on what we just read, he used at least 2 of these tactics down here at the bottom. What 2 tactics does this author use? They definitely appeal to emotion because they said it's a terrible idea. It's your civic duty. What was the other thing we just said? No, he never points out the other side's argument. I'm talking about appeal motion. Yeah, he says herd immunity is a terrible idea. He says, he says anyone that's not vaccinated is a threat. Callie, I don't think you're a threat. Do you feel like you're a threat? She's like, actually, I am with my ninjutsu, right? Callie, do you have the ninjutsu? She's like, maybe. All right, so we definitely got appeals to emotions. What else do they use? Look at all the 3 things we just used. Guys, a court case. He talks about actual numbers. What is he using? Use data or scholarly research. Yes. Does he ever talk about the other side of the argument? He does? Really? No, the yes part. We're focused on the yes part. The yes part never mentions the other side of the argument, right? Am I right? Well, let's look at this. Y'all look at me like I'm nuts. First paragraph never mentions the other argument, the other side. Never mentions the other argument. Third paragraph never mentions the other argument. Never mentioned. So we can't put a check mark there because they never mentioned the other side of the argument there. Okay. Now let's get to the no side. Okay. Because keep on, Mr. What's his name? Lipkin. He uses data, but it is also his what? Opinion, yes, and everyone's entitled to an opinion, okay? And he uses data to back up his opinion, but it's also his opinion, okay? So we'll take a look at the no side of the argument, okay? Let's take a look at the no side. Oh, since we know it's going to be no, what can we write over here? What can we write over here, y'all? Should be mandatory, okay? COVID vaccine should not be mandatory. Should not be mandatory. There we go. All righty. So, hey, now that we know, we're going to be looking for at least 3 pieces of what? Evidence are used to back up the no opinion. Okay, so now we know what to look for. Okay, let's see here. This is written by a guy named Michael Keenan. I love the first name, man. What a great first name, man. No, you don't think so? I love the first name. All right, so with a dangerous disease circling the population, government's goal should be to reduce the amount of harm people do to each other. Vaccination can reduce such harms, but making COVID-19 vaccination mandatory would do more harm than the United States. Resorting mandates.
That's supposed to be 75. That's clear from 75 to 85%. That Dr. Anthony
Fauci.
about the vaccine safety.
Awesome, good job. That same poll suggests most of the holdouts are also open to persuasion. Of the 27% who say they're not currently going to be vaccinated, only 37% say they don't trust vaccines in general. The most prevalent concerns among the unknown relate to side effects and desire to collect more data. That means the best way to achieve herd immunity in the U.S. is to treat vaccine skeptics like adults, give them truthful information, and let them decide. I'm going to take that last one.
Charged environment, a mandate could ironically make skeptics less willing to be vaccinated or to comply with other pandemic control measures. More than half of the vaccine holdouts already say they don't trust the government. A mandate would make them even less trusting. It would also fuel the broader movement against vaccines by allowing activists to argue that the government knows it can't win the vaccine debate with persuasion alone. Ultimately, a vaccine mandate could inadvertently delay population immunity and increase the death toll from COVID.
This situation sounds familiar, really familiar. I'm going to embarrass Novaine for a second. I walk into Novaine's room, and the room is trash. Now, if I say, Novaine, clean this room up, what is he really not going to want to do, y'all? He's not going to want to clean up his room. He's like, no, I like the filth. I like the smell. I like all my dirty laundry sitting on the floor. Now, he decides to clean this room. What is he going to do? He's going to make sure that thing is like the cleanest it's ever been, right? How many of y'all have that same situation with your parents? Mom and dad asks you to do something you immediately don't want to do. Guys, I'm the same way. Growing up, my mom said to do something, I fought her tooth and nails just to be a butthole. Even if it's something I knew I needed to do, I'd be a butthole about it. Just to be a butthole, okay? So when I ask my kids to clean the room, they're like, I remember being just like that because here in America, we have a very famous phrase that we like to say about ourselves. I do what? I do what I want. Everybody say, I do what I want.
I do what I want.
Oh, you got growl the end. I do what I want.
I do what I want.
Do what I want. That's very true right here. With vaccination, part of it is, well, I'll get it, but you are not going to tell me to get it. I'm going to get it because I want to get it, right? You know, if I said, hey guys, we're all going to, oh no, not Chick-fil-A shut down. Hey guys, we're all going to Starbucks. We're just going to go like, I like Starbucks, but I'm not going because you make me go to Starbucks. And I'd rather go to Bojangles just because if there are one Starbucks, I'm not going to go, ooh, because I do what I want, right? I do what I want. Okay, so man, this sounds so familiar that it's not that people are like so anti-vaccine. It's they want to be their what? Their choice. Yes, it's all about choice right there. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so let's take a look. What are some of the three things that he points out about this? What's three pieces of evidence he points out about why vaccines should not be mandatory? JC, you've been on fire today. We're going to let somebody else grab it. They'll make them work for it. Come on, y'all. What's three things they point out? What you got, Miss Aaron? Oh, yes. There's this, I, the government can literally give us millions of dollars and there'd be so many mass fire, right? Because no matter what, people get questioned about government. It's like, was the government's good or bad? The government's out to get me. I know the government wants to give me $1 million in a Lamborghini. I don't know, bro. I'm mad. Okay. So there's a general distrust. Okay. And they even said a mandatory vaccine will make people not trust the government even more, which is a very good point. Okay. So a mandatory vaccine would make people what? Yes, make people not trust the government. Not trust. Can you ever make everyone happy, y'all?
No.
I maintain I could go out on the Dabney Drive right now and be handing out free puppies and $100 bills, and someone's going to get mad, right? Someone's going to get mad. So there's always going to be someone that doesn't trust the government. And if you force it, it comes down to the idea I do what I want, and you're making me do something that I don't want to do, okay? What else? What else did they point out? I've been saying it all along. I've been saying it all along. You guys all said it a minute ago. Say it again. I do what? I do what I want, right? Right? If I say, Jackson, give me 20 push-ups, he's like, well, I can do 20 push-ups. I'm going to do it because I want to do it, not because Mr. B wants to make me do it, right? Okay? Oh, okay. Well, let's pretend you can't. Let's lie. Yeah, man, I can do it one arm, okay? Okay, it's got to be our own idea, so people need to decide for who? Themselves, yes. People need to decide for themselves. Free choice. You guys go to Kingston Mini or Busch Gardens or Disney World. Before you go on every ride, they always had those warnings, right? Like warning, ride may cause motion sickness, or you could get a headache, or you may poop your pants or whatever. And then you decide to get on the ride. It's on you, right? Right? But you're choosing to get on. What's the ride at Busch Gardens? Apollo's Chariot. Or you're choosing to get on Escape from Pompeii, or you're choosing to ride the Haunted Mansion, and one of the ghosts may follow you home, Lauren. You've been to Disney World. Oh, okay. There. I was scared that I was going to waste that joke on somebody who hadn't been to Disney World. Oh, yeah, I've been to Disney World. Now the home mansion, they're like, careful, one of the ghosts may follow you home. All right, there we go. So we got people need to decide for themselves. A mandatory vaccine would make people who will not trust the government. And then what was one of the last reasons they give? They point that out, but it's kind of hidden in there. Yes. Yes.
So, like,
Look right here in this middle paragraph, right here, y'all.
they, said that enough people do it already want to do that.
All right, that's good. But look at that. That sentence right there. Somebody read that for me.
The most prevalent concerns among them really
Guys, normally a drug or vaccine is tested for how long? Years. That's right, years. This was fast tracked now a matter of like 6 months or so. So a lot of people, and I was one of them that said, y'all, I ain't getting my vaccine first because in case something's wrong, I don't want anything bad to happen to me. Eventually, I said, you know what? If I don't get vaccinated and other people don't get vaccinated, we'll never get out of this crap. So stick me, Yeah, if you're putting a microchip in me, all you're gonna find out is I go to work, I go to home, I go to Walmart. You can track it. How many of y'all have Snapchat? Yeah, the government's already tracking you already. You're good to go. You can get vaccinated. If you have a cell phone, the government's already tracking you. If you have a social security number, a credit card, you pay taxes, government's already tracking you. Okay? So yeah, a lot of it comes down to there needs to be more what, y'all? More research, more data. Amen. Good. All right. So more data needs to be collected, I think. More data needs to be collected. All right. Now that being said, what type of approach did this author use, y'all? Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't put the name. What's his name, y'all? Michael Kent. I like that first name though. Oh man.
If your name is Michael, you should not use three things, which are like comic books, teach, and have three
Yeah, I'm not having. When I grow up, I'm not becoming a teacher. Don't worry. I'm not going to get married. I'm definitely not having kids. So I think I'm safe there. I think I'm safe. Yes. Doesn't. Oh, Aaron burned me. All right. So Aaron burned. Oh, we got jokes. What two things did they use on us, y'all? They do appeal to emotions. Absolutely. What's the other thing? They use data or scholarly research. Good job. So they pretty much take the same approach. They don't spend time attacking each other. I noticed that. I like that they don't spend time attacking each other instead of presenting their argument. That's good, okay? And everyone's entitled, again, these are both opinions. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Y'all, I'll be honest. When all this started, I said I was not getting a vaccine, but guess what I got? I've got my shots. My wife has gotten her shots. Christian got his first shot. He gets his second shot next week. Because I'm kind of like, you know what? The only way out of this is to get vaccines. I'll gladly get the vaccine. Because, like I said, even if you believe the conspiracy theories and the government's tracking me, all they're going to find out is I go to Walmart, I go to school, I go to work, I go to the Gap, and every once in a while I go to Ethan Lingy's house. You know, that's all they're going to find on me. So track me all day long. You know what I'm saying? Besides, if you have a social security number, a credit card, you pay your taxes, guess what? The government already knows all about you, okay? Now, I'm worried about this. I'm legit worried that one day I'm going to get like a third, like nipple on my forehead or something like that. I'm going to look like an alien out of Star Trek or something like that, you know? That I'm worried about that. They are saying the vaccination lasts about 6 months that they know of so far, if not longer. So I think I'll be able to get the flu shot every year. And I know some years I get it, some years I don't. Some of y'all are kind of spotty. Like some years you get it, some years I get it, some years I don't. I know some years I get it, I don't get the flu. Some years I get it, I do get the flu, and I'm kind of like whatever. You know, but that's not required of us either. That is not required. That's completely optional as well. Okay, so check this out. Let's go back into that document right quick and check this out. Down here at the bottom, it points out some numbers. 75%, that's how many people need to be immune for us to move forward, right? 2 vaccines. We know it went up to 3, but now it's back down to what? 2. Check this out, guys. 13, number of vaccines the CDC recommends children get by the age of 18. Odds are, because you're in a public school, you probably had most of these as a baby. There's something to think about, okay? Now, that being said, those vaccines have been tested for years and years and years. Yeah, this one's very new, so I understand people being nervous about that because we're always nervous when something's what? When something's new, right? Something's not used to what we're used to, we get nervous. Okay, we get very nervous. Y'all been lucky. Y'all have always had Apple products, right? Man, when the first Apple products came out, people like, I ain't getting that trash. That's too expensive. It won't be around long. How many of y'all have an Apple product in your pocket right now? Yep. We came around to them, okay? So you never know. So here's the deal. You have a question at the bottom. It's an opinion question. The results are not going to be public, okay? So whatever you vote for, you're not going to see, it's not going to flash on board. Captain Suther said this or that. You'll actually see the results of every kid that gets his subscription service and voted for. You won't see the names, you'll get to see results. Right now, take a moment right now and you can vote whether or not you think vaccines should be mandatory. Remember, it's your opinion. Is your opinion wrong, y'all? Absolutely not. I support any opinion you have. Go ahead and vote for me right now. Everybody need more time? Everybody good? All right, let's see what happens. All right, so if y'all look right here, keep in mind this is on a national scale. It's not like just Van Starter alone. This is total of all the kids that voted. 54%, 54.3 said no, vaccine should not be mandatory, and 45.7% saying yes, it should be mandatory. It's not exactly even, but it's close enough, right? It's a split tie, and I think I think that is very accurate of what the general public kind of looks at this. Vaccinations that, I'm darned if I get vaccinated, I'm darned if my kids get vaccinated, but I also recognize Some people do not want to get it, and I'm gonna have to get over it because it's not my what. It's not my choice. It's their choice. It's their choice. And one of the things that makes America awesome is I do what I do know we have that freedom of choice. Okay? Now that being said, that's also the reason why America is struggling with this COVID pandemic because if you look at different countries, the government says, "Hey, you're going to do this, you're going to do this," and that's part of the reason why they've been able to kick the COVID butt so easily. But here in America, we're stubborn. If we want to do what?
We're gonna go out to the bar, we're gonna bring our boys, we're gonna go fishing with 58 people in the same boat. We're gonna
I'm not really sure what he's talking about.
visit there on the mountain.
Okay. Hey, guys, you do what you want. Okay, you do what you want. That's one of the great things of our country. We have that freedom of choice, but also can come back to kick it in the butt more and stuff like this. Okay. Uh, I mean, like I said, odds are you probably know someone in your family that's got the COVID vaccine, right? But it's completely your choice. Like I said, it's not open to y'all's ages yet. 16 up can get it, but I imagine here in the next, I'd say probably it's April right now, right? Probably this time come June and maybe open to y'all, maybe July. I don't know. It's a family decision. And I think that's the most important thing is you and your parents have to talk about that kind of stuff. And y'all are getting old enough to the age of being aware of stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think that's fairly accurate with what you see on the national level. Do y'all feel that way? That's fairly accurate. Okay, cool. Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. Questions, comments, confusions. Awesome. So we went through this. When we looked at there are facts that back up the yes, and there are facts that back up the no, okay? And we kind of conclude that I do what? I do what I want. Okay, I do what I want, and there's nothing wrong with that opinion right there. Yes, sir, Josh.
Something you get authorization for.
I saw some. I popped out my Apple News. I didn't click on the article. I know when Christian got his, I had to sign for him. I had to be with him to sign.
Trying to get authorization.
Okay.
For shots.
I got you. I got you. And I know they're saying the vaccinations don't last but 6 months. Right now, they know it lasts at least that long. I imagine that over time, they'll probably be like a booster shot we get, kind of like your flu shot every year. But I don't know because I'm not a scientist. I just know what I read on this kind of stuff, okay? All right, cool. So if nothing else, you've developed an opinion today, right? Either for or against, and that's fine because we all have what? We all have opinions. Fantastic. All right, so let's move on. What I want y'all to do is get out your monsters and your own Maple Street stuff. I'm gonna keep sharing this. You also need to get out first slice of the pills. All right, y'all can close, y'all can close your laptops for a few minutes. I hear you, man. All right, so what I got, guys, love is what I got. You what? All right, cool. So what I have out right now, guys, is this sheet of paper. We talked about this sheet of paper the other day. We talked about whether or not people believe in aliens. We talked about idiosyncrasies and things weird to find them. We talked about how fear is only where? Between our ears, right? That's where fear rats gave. We talked about those vocabulary words. What I want y'all to do is take that sheet and floppy it over. Okay? That says the Twilight Zone Monsters of Drill Maple Street conclusion question. There's 11 questions. You guys are not going to answer all 11 questions. Because I'm not going to punish you like that, except Kelly. I may punish Kelly like that. Everybody else will go, fly a little bit. So y'all do me a favor first. I'm gonna grab my nifty difty pencil and I'm gonna write on here, use complete what? And I know we're in 8th grade. I know it's so silly I would have to write that, but y'all, if I don't write that, I'm gonna get some serious crap, right? Okay? Use complete sentence. That's the first thing I'm gonna write. The second thing I'm going to write is pick 4. Okay? Ooh, Ethan likes this a lot better right now because he did have 11, but now he's only got 4. He's got 4 he's got to respond to, okay? But the choice is in his hands because I do what I want. I do what I want, okay? Some of these are more difficult than others. Some of these ask your opinion. Catherine, why do we like opinion questions so much? Can't be wrong as long as you back it up. I like that, okay? So y'all do me a favor, take a deep breath. What I want you to do is scan these 11 questions right quick. Scan for about 10 seconds. Just take a look at them over. See what they're asking of you. All righty, everybody good? Bridget, what's wrong? What's your name again?
You know him? I don't think I've ever seen him.
Are you talking about Bridget Stevenson? Are you Bridget Stevenson? Oh, I don't know him either. He's in 7th grade. All right, yeah. Okay. It wasn't for COVID. I just throw it back there. But all right, so check this out. This is what I'm going to do. Now, to make my life, oh, Logan's already jumping ahead. Logan, hold on, take a deep breath. Now that you look them over, what I want you to do, grab that first slice. Grab that first slice, y'all. And we're not going to fold it hot dog style. We're going to fold it hamburger style. One hamburger. I think for class tomorrow we should just eat hamburgers. Quit putting other obvious, John. John, no, 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 no. John, no, no, no. All right, so if I'm looking at my sheet of paper, check this out. I got the front, I got the back. I got the front, I got the back. I got the front, I got the back. Hold on, am I going to put my name on the front or the back? Wrong answer. You ain't going back. My name is going to be, my name's going to be,
Keep that one.
yes, Pete Van Horn. Pete Van Horn. Poor Pete. Pete Van Horn. And today's date is August 15th. Ooh, that'd be taken back in time. April 15th. It doesn't. I was just being sarcastic. There is no back. I was just doing it so Lauren could be wrong. I mean, one of these days, Lauren and Aubrey are going to let tag team together and just beat the crap out of me. Please don't. Please don't. I would offer you to take you to New York City, but they won't let me. I know. See, you wouldn't want to beat me up if I took you to New York City, right? You let me slide, right, Aubrey? All this and like harassment I put you through this last year would be okay if I was taking you to New York City, right? Yeah, no, I'm not now. So now it's just kind of like, all right, let's beat him up. Okay. All right, so check this out. I've got my name on the front, and it doesn't matter. I've got the blank, rest on the blank. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go to the top left-hand corner. It doesn't matter what side. Pick the top left-hand corner. What you're going to do is just draw a little box, just like that, okay? And then I'm going to jump down here where the halfway mark is. I'm going to draw another itty-bitty box, okay? Like that. So it looks like that, y'all. Everybody see that? Guess what I'm going to do on the back? Same thing. I'm going to flippy-floppity over. Boom. And then down here at the halfway point. Boom. Okay? Just like that. Does that make sense? Y'all smell what the rock is cooking? Everybody cool? All right. So, check this out. I'm going to go back to this side. I'm going to show you what I don't want you to do. How about that? We'll work on what I don't want you to do. Let's see here. I'm looking at my questions. Mr. Bean says I can pick 4. Who do you think could do 1, 2, 3, and 8? Aaron could do 2, 4, and 6. Julius could do 8, 9, 10, 11. Do I care? As long as you got 4 incomplete sentences. So I'm going to pretend that I am Jonna. Okay? Jonna, I'm going to be you for a minute. Jonna, read number 6 for us. Everybody take a look at number 6, y'all.
How did a problem
Oh, I got this. First up, I'm answering number 6. So what do you think I'm going to put in my box? 6. Off with their head. All right. So I'm answering number 6. I got this. This is what I'm not going to do. Am I done? Did I answer the question, y'all? That's bull crap. Jonna, we're not going to do that, okay? Jonna's like, oh, snap. I need to answer the question. Okay. Did Jonna answer the question? I'll meet you in the sky. Jonna, come on now. We can do better, right? Jonna, help me out, Lou. What really caused everything to get started?
the meter went across the sky?
Okay.
Everyone to like going crazy because
Whoa, back up. You're jumping too far. The meteor goes across the sky. It causes what 4 things to happen?
the power, the electricity just stopped working, the cars just stopped, the phone something else.
Radio. Two-way radio. So really, if Jonna was going to answer this question and do it correctly, this is what she would write. Because she's writing complete sentences. Let's see. It says, problem on Maple Street began when what, y'all? When what, y'all? A meteor what? There you go. Was that you, Miss Catherine? Went across the sky and caused the loss of what intricate things? What? Caused the loss of what? Okay, caused the loss of power. What else? Phone. You never call me on my cell phone. What else? Radio. Hit me, baby, one more time. And cars. I'm just going to say electrical devices. Ladies and gentlemen, did Jonna answer the question now? Yes. Can I get a witness? Woo, woo. Jonna, good job. You answered the question, okay? Hey, Jonna, you answered one of these questions, Jonna. Look at me, Boo. How many more do you have left to do? 3 more left to do, okay? So when you do this, guys, I don't care which ones you answer. Just make sure you have what? 4. So if I'm Jonna, she answered 1 here, she's going to answer 1 here, she's going to answer 1 here, she's going to answer 1 here. You guys at home, they couldn't see that. Answer 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. But you guys that are remote, you're going to email me your answers anyway, so you don't need to worry about that part, okay? questions about that? Everybody cool? All right, cool. So hang on one second. Let me stop this. Stop the sharing. Guys, don't forget to like my channel and subscribe.
Turn on your phone.
Well, that got dark real quick. Oh. Let's not joke like that.